Good morning, everybody. It's Chad. It's a very humid early morning. Sun's just coming up and it's awesome. But anyways, so I'm just going through a list of questions that I got starting back in January. So one that came up a few times that I'll address here quickly is the use of superfoods and what I think about them. So superfoods, for those of you who don't know, are basically, superfood is kind of a marketing gimmick. So we'll get that right out there right off the bat. That doesn't mean that they don't serve a purpose. Superfoods generally are something that they tend to be exotic and they tend to come from other parts of the world and are generally have a lot of nutritional density to them, which is in the modern world, I believe that is where they do shine. They do offer a lot of benefit for those who don't have a lot of time. Now, before I get to the benefits, I would just like to say that when it does come to them, a lot of times you are being fed a line, and they have to be used in conjunction with, changing into a healthier, more beneficial lifestyle. Because if you just go ahead and you start taking these things and you expect that your $40 smoothie is going to change your life while you're spending the rest of your time eating junk food, sleeping poorly, and not getting enough sunshine, not getting out on the earth, breathing deeply, etc., then it's really not going to do much for you other than suck money out of your bank. Now, the benefits to them are that, most people don't eat a wide enough variety of foods. Generally, they'll, if they're omnivorous, they'll have some meat, maybe some fish, and if hopefully they're eating some vegetables. But even then, people who eat a lot of vegetables, they might just limit it to like kale and lettuce and these hybridized things that don't have that much nutritional density to them. And in our modern world, our environment, due to EMF and a whole number of other things, xenoestrogens, xenobiotic things, which xenobiotics have a hormetic effect in certain cases, which can be good. But basically, we're under a lot more physiological stress than we would have been, 100, even just 100 years ago. So it's not. This is a situation where it's not necessarily beneficial to use the past as a good reference, because there's many things that didn't exist back then that affect us very much now. So I think that superfoods do have their place. They're good for people who are on the go. I use certain ones that are considered superfoods. I mean, a lot of them are from traditional Chinese medicine, and I make a lot of teas out of them, but not everybody has the time nor the understanding to basically simmer a pot of specifically mixed herbs for 8, 10, 12, 24 hours. So there's things that can do a lot of good. Now, the things that I've used the most are like goji berries, and it's good to get goji berries from some place like Ron Tea Garden, which is dragon herbs. I like those because they're the consistency of like a raisin. You can actually chew them. Gojis can be bought very cheaply. I would avoid that, because even if they're organic, a lot of times they're picked early and they dye them, so they're actually nice and bright red, but it's just they can be crap and you're wasting your money even if you are just spending little. Another one I do find benefit with is chlorella. Chlorella is basically, it can bond heavy metals and or cleate them rather, which is like an electrical bonding, and it can pull them out of your body. And there's also just there's certain compounds in there that you might not get every day in plants that you would buy from a grocery store. And there's certain things that are encapsulated that can be good. If you're on the go or you don't like, things like turmeric. Turmeric has a whole number of benefits to it, and most wouldn't consider that a superfood per se because it's a spice, but it is sold encapsulated, usually in the form of curcumin, which is a concentrate. And if you don't like turmeric, I've suggested to people just get some veggie caps and put turmeric in it, or if you don't have that kind of time, just go out and just buy some, find a good brand. Don't go buying cheap crap. And it has a lot of anti-inflammatory effects and things of that nature, and the mushrooms as well. You really can't go wrong with things like lion's mane, reishi, chaga. Just make sure if you're getting chaga that please buy it from somewhere that is harvesting it responsibly. There are other things, the more exotics like camu, and just do your research on it. Don't think that it's going to just automatically change your life. If you already have a good lifestyle pattern and you want to put those into your day-to-day diet as an enhancement and see if it works, it may work, it may not. Everybody has different, we're biochemically similar but different. And so do that kind of thing and just see what works for you. Oftentimes too, I mean, you do have with certain foods where it can actually bump you in the good direction, so it might actually give you more motivation because you start to bring balance into your body. And that was one thing when I was going through all my crap about a year and a half ago, that having a handful of goji berries, like the good ones, every single morning, it was like all of a sudden my brain woke up again. And I had been doing so many things like to a T, especially around sleep, and I was doing a lot of cold therapy, but it wasn't until I added the gojis in that kind of gave me that extra bump, and I've been improving ever since. So that is what my thoughts are on superfoods. You can always really just go ahead and tell me what your experiences are. Post them down below because I like to hear these kind of things. I like to see what works for the general population, and maybe even what your context, your situation was, because it's great if something works for me, but I'm just like you, an n equals 1 experiment of one, and it's pretty cool to just have the internet and being able to pool all our thoughts together and kind of draw some conclusions based on those. But anyways, so take it easy. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so. I'll be putting out about 3 videos per week. Also, my website, I'll post the address down below. That's getting underway. Got my designer almost finished with that, so it's going to be fun. And yeah, so go out there, have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.